Welcome to Badminton Unlimited, your weekly access to badminton action and beyond. This week we talk to Hong Kong's #1 mixed doubles pairing, Lee Chun-hei and Chow Hui-hwa, as they attempt to refocus for the new season after the highs and lows of 2014. And we're in Sarawak as we find out how the Malaysia Masters is helping to improve the players from the state. He's young, spontaneous and spirited. She's mature, wise and composed. Lee Chun-hei and Chow Hui-hwa are the perfect blend of youth and experience. Badminton Unlimited sat down with Hong Kong's top mixed doubles pair as they told us about their budding partnership. Paired together 2 years ago by national coach He Yiming, it was thought the then 17-year-old Lee would benefit from the more experienced Chow, 8 years his senior.
The coach wanted an experienced player to guide me, as I was still competing in the youth circuit and inexperienced in the international competitions. He wanted someone to guide me along so that I could achieve better results.
I
am considered one of the older and more experienced players in the Hong Kong team. It is tradition for older players to pair up with the younger players and guide them along. I've been through that process myself. This is my contribution to the team.
It's a partnership that clicked from the start. With both players favouring speed and power, Lee and Chow share the same playing style. Together, they are most lethal with their smashes and fast advances to the net for the kill.
It is rare that you find someone who has the same playing style as you, especially in Hong Kong, where the population is so small. His passion influences me and ignites my passion for the game. His spontaneity and his passion is what I lack. He complements me in that area.
Her encouragement and her guidance is most invaluable. I'm less experienced, so sometimes I get a bit lost during a game. She usually regains her composure faster and will set targets for me to achieve. I'm more impulsive and she's calm. She compliments me in that area.
It wasn't long before the duo started to see results on the international stage. With a bronze at the Badminton Asia Championships, a Canada Open Grand Prix title, and a first World Superseries semi-final finish at the Hong Kong Open, 2013 was Lee and Chow's breakthrough year. The good form continued the following season as they earned their biggest title, a gold medal at the 2014 Badminton Asia Championships in Gimcheon, Korea.
Winning was very special. I was overwhelmed because we were the first Hong Kong mixed doubles to win the Badminton Asia Championships.
It's a recognition for us. In a major tournament, it's not easy to win a medal, and for us to get gold is truly unbelievable.
That win in Korea propelled the Hong Kong duo up the world rankings as they broke into the top 10 for the first time. Encouraged by their newly acquired elite status, they pushed on. Strong performances followed, including a semi-final at the Yonex Open Japan. Their world ranking continued to rise as they eventually reached a career high of 6th.
We had a clear picture on how we should play and understood our own roles better. With a clear mind, you can execute your plans better, and it's natural that we achieve better results.
It's a different stage of our partnership, and we raised our level of play during that period. It was a great leap forward, and we managed to achieve better results.
But their rapid rise in fame among the international elite brought challenges. Lee and Chow had to face increased expectations from a nation hungry for success.
In Hong Kong, it is very rare to have a pair with such good results. Others may think that it can be easily done, but we know that it's not a simple feat. We're not where we are because we got lucky.
你對自己有要求。
When you have expectations, you start to give yourself pressure. People around you also start to have expectations on you. So you must start to manage everyone's expectations, and that's tough.
你就真係比較難。
The pressure proved too much for the duo. Lee and Chow could not sustain their good form, and a series of early tournament exits in the latter part of the season saw the pair drop out of the top 10.
喺呢個環境底下，每個人都見到咁。
People thought since we were ranked 6th in the world, there shouldn't be a problem for us to achieve a higher ranking. Trying to meet that expectation became a distraction for us. We should have really handled it better.
嘅心態。
可能俾自己太多壓力嗰啲嘢啦。
I began to give myself more pressure and ignore the simplicity of playing badminton. Things started to get complicated because I started to think too much and did not have a clear mind on how I should be playing. I lost focus, and this resulted in a slip in our performance.
嘅結果出現。
The rollercoaster year proved to be a valuable learning curve for Hong Kong's #1 mixed pair. They have refocused and are looking to plot their way back to the top.
我哋嘅目標好簡單嘅。
Our goal is very simple. That is to enjoy all the competitions. It gets complicated because we lose focus, so it is better to just enjoy the game of badminton and our
所以最
partnership.
緊要就係享受。
Lee Chun-hei and Chow Hoi-hwa have shown that they have what it takes to compete at the highest level. But having experienced the pitfalls that come with being champions, they will be better prepared for the upcoming season. It's time to test your knowledge. We want you to name the mixed doubles pair who won their first ever BWF World Superseries title last year. The answer after the break. We're in Sarawak when we get back as we find out how the recently concluded Yonex Sunrise Malaysia Masters is helping to develop the players in that part of the country. Before the interval, we asked you this. Name the mixed doubles pair who won their first ever BWF World Superseries title last year. The answer is Ko Song-hyun and Kim Ha-na. The Korean pair clinched their first ever BWF World Superseries title when they beat German duo Michael Fuchs and Birgit Mitchells at the Australian Open. They won the final 21-16, 21-17. The Malaysian capital of Kuala Lumpur is always seen as the hub of international badminton for the country. It's been hosting the Malaysia Open since the introduction of the World Super Series in 2007. With a prize money of $500,000 and the Super Series premier status, the Malaysia Open is the biggest badminton event in the country. But across the 13 states, there is never a shortage of international competitions for this much-loved sport. In the peninsula of Malaysia, Johor, Penang and Kedah had played their roles in welcoming top-class players to their states. But global badminton competitions are not exclusive to West Malaysia. Across the South China Sea lies the island of Borneo, where the state of Sarawak was given the task to stage the recently concluded Grand Prix Gold season opener, the Malaysia Masters.
We are excited about being the host many times over. Actually, it's not the first time. We have had since the 1990s, the early 1990s, where we used to have the first Malaysian Open here.
The capital of Sarawak, Kuching, is not new to international badminton championships. The city has staged several international challenge tournaments since 2011.
BM has relied on these facts of our ability to host these so-called major events, obviously with their help. Obviously, the desire to host it is most important, and this is where the leadership of Sarawak Badminton Association, with strong support from the government, have made it, the commitment is actually coming all throughout from various levels to make sure that we are, once given this honor to host it, we'll host it successfully.
Sarawak, like most states in Malaysia, isn't short on badminton players. But what it lacks are shuttlers with enough quality to make an impact on the national scene. Having been given the opportunity to host a major BWF tournament like the Masters, this offers their state players a chance to gain valuable experience.
For me, I feel very good because this is my first tournament, and before this tournament, I always play in the international series and challenge. So this is the very good tournament for me to get my ranking higher in the BWF.
Of course, hosting a Grand Prix Gold event presents greater logistical challenges for the organisers. The Sarawak Badminton Association has had to raise their game to deal with a number of hurdles.
We need preparation of our own hall, which is, as you can see, it's quite a good hall, but then it's already been here for a long time. You need some maintenance, and of course the main part is the lighting. We actually have to put up additional lighting and have to request the state government for help to get it done.
With everything in place, the Stadium Perpaduan was ready for the week-long competition. Despite missing several world-class names, the tournament did not miss a beat in terms of entertainment. With a total prize money of $120,000 and world ranking points at stake, the international stars took to the court for the finale.
Love all, play.
Glory on the courts was mirrored by success off it. Sarawak's accomplishments at the tournament have given them a real injection of confidence, and they're already looking for further opportunities.
We know that we are capable of organizing it. Yes, of course. Hopefully, maybe in 2 or 3 years' time, we should get another event in Kuching. We do need this sort of event in this part of Malaysia in order to promote the game here, so that more people will become interested, more younger people and children will be interested in playing badminton and making badminton not only as a hobby or a game, but as a career in the future.
As the passion for badminton continues to burn deep in the people of Sarawak, the goal of SBA is to keep that flame alive. The Malaysia Masters has provided them with plenty of fuel.
Let's hear it for the number 1 seed from Indonesia, and
That's nice. All-out attack by the Indonesians. They have been the outstanding pair.
Ya kalau ingin jadi juara ya harus kerja keras, disiplin dan juga berdoa, itu yang sangat penting.
What an extraordinary game by the Indonesians, making such a difference.
Sama seperti Ko Hendra, ya kerja keras itu penting, jangan lupa berdoa juga dan harus disiplin.
The Indonesians are really playing well now. Total control in this rally as well.
Latihan sangat penting. Dari latihan itu kita jadi terbiasa.
Ya banyak berlatih kan akan tahu juga kekurangan dan kelebihan kita.
Wow, played by the Indonesians.
That's where the Indonesians are just incredible.
Itu cita-cita dari kecil saya jadi juara dunia dan juara olimpiade, itu ya benar-benar sangat bersyukur saya bisa jadi juara.
Ya, pertama saya bersyukur udah bisa juara dunia, juara All England, dan saya juga tidak mau berpuas. Saya masih banyak target dan juara-juara yang akan saya ikutin, dan semoga hasilnya bisa saya raih dengan juara.
And Indonesia have All England champions once again.
After the break, we catch up with Indonesia's Dionysius Hayam Rumbaka as he talks about his search for consistency in an ever-competitive sport. Indian fans were treated to some fantastic on-court action last week when the city of Lucknow hosted the Syed Modi International Badminton Championships. The second successive Grand Prix Gold event in as many weeks, the Babu Banarasi Das Indoor Stadium opened its doors to the globe's finest shuttlers as they continued their quest for badminton glory. It was the women's doubles that first greeted the local crowd on finals day. Amelia Alicia Anseli, along with Song Fei Cho, took on fellow Malaysians Vivian Hu Kamun and Woon Ke Wei. Anseli and Sung would take a tightly contested opening game before marching home with the second and the match 22-20, 21-15. Loud cheers rang around the stadium as the women's singles saw Indian badminton darling Saina Nehwal going up against Spain's reigning world champion Carolina Marin. After losing the first game and looking to be on the brink of a defeat, a stubborn Saina somehow clawed her way back into the match. The world number 3 leveled the score by grabbing the second before nailing the rubber. Lasting an hour and 19 minutes, it was the longest match of the finals. The final score read 19-21, 25-23, 21-16. Danish duo Carsten Mogensen and Matthias Bo squared off against Russia's top pair Vladimir Ivanov and Ivan Sozonov next in the men's doubles. Seeded as the top men's tandem for the competition, the Danes were looking to justify those credentials. So despite the Russians' best efforts on the day, Bo and Mogensen gave a professional performance to win the title in straight games 21-9, 22-20. The arena erupted once again when the nation's top 2 men's singles players, Parupalli Kashyap and Kidambi Srikanth, prepared to face each other next. Srikanth's heroics last year had seen him being touted as India's latest star. But Parupalli was out to prove he also had some star quality. Commonwealth gold medalist Parupalli reminded the world number 5 that he was not always going to get his own way this season when he defeated him in straight games 23-21, 23-21. Rounding off the day was the mixed doubles final as Indonesia's Ricky Widianto and Puspita Richidilli looked to claim their first title for 2015 against India's Manu Atri and K. Manisha. Even with the home crowd behind them, Atri and Manisha simply could not find a way past Dutch Open winners Widianto and Dilly as the Southeast Asians opened their title account for 2015 by winning the match 21-17, 21-17. That concludes another successful installment of the tournament. Next up on the Grand Prix circuit will be the German Open in late February. In the world of professional badminton, the journey to become an elite player is perilous. Hard work alone is no guarantee. And with the sport progressing at a rapid rate, making it to the top is harder than ever. Indonesia's Dionysius Hayam Rumbaka is a player who knows all too well about the ups and downs of the profession. After a promising start to his career, he went winless for over 2 years before halting the dubious streak in September last year at the Vietnam Open Grand Prix.
Mungkin perasaan lebih. Maybe the feeling was more of a release and relief, but really, it is about finding that consistency in your game. Maybe today we play well, but can we still play as well the next time?
Tapi belum tentu besok kamu bisa main bagus.
We caught up with the 26-year-old men's singles shuttler at a tournament recently where he was hoping to find that consistency. Hailing from Yogyakarta, a region of the Java island, Rumbaka's love for badminton had begun with the unwavering support from his family.
Om bilang sama saya,
My uncle had asked me whether I wanted to join a club in Yogyakarta. From there, my parents immediately gave their blessings. I actually took bike rides with my dad from home to the club almost every day, which took about 40 minutes. That was really a humbling experience.
naik motorcycle sama orang tua saya. Nah, itu sebuah perjuangan yang luar biasa buat saya.
Showcasing his talents at a domestic tournament in 2005, it convinced scouts from Premier Club Jarum to take him on board. While grateful, the then 17-year-old took a bit of time to find his feet.
Bulu tangkis yang sebenarnya itu seperti ini.
Professional badminton is like this. Morning and night, we are always training every day. The hours we put in go beyond our social lives, our academic education, and everything else. Our main and sole aim is just badminton. It's hard to be away from our families and friends. While they are out having fun, we are still here training. Even during holidays, it is still the same. Until now, because of Jarum, Indonesia is still able to find success. The club simply keeps on supporting.
Bisa berjaya lagi bulu tangkisnya, makanya Jarum mensupport terus itu kan kita.
Within a space of 4 years, Rumbaka was starting to realise his potential. In 2009, he emerged as champion of the Australian Open Grand Prix, Indonesia International Challenge, and Romanian International Series. A national team call-up followed, but still he refused to get ahead of himself.
Sebenarnya saya nggak lihat dari menangnya saya 2009, teman.
Actually, I never really looked at my achievements in 2009, but rather, I was more interested in my journey from the years before that and see how my progress had been. But I am very thankful with one of my ex-coaches, Fang Kaixiang, who was from China. He was the one of the few who first brought me out for tournaments. From there, he would motivate and spur me to keep on trying and give my all. The wins in 2009 were a relief, but it also meant bigger expectations for me.
Perasaannya memang lebih lepas lah, tapi dari situ tanggung jawab harus lebih besar lagi gitu.
Rumbaka would achieve 2 more Grand Prix wins at the 2010 India Open and the Indonesia Open the year after. That was when the title drought began. Initially frustrated by the lack of success, over time he has learned to appreciate that a loss is just as important as a victory to an athlete.
Kita menang juga mungkin.
When we win, of course, we are happy about it. But it is just for a few nice minutes. Because as soon as you step down from the winner's podium, you are nobody again. What's more vital is figuring out how to keep improving and play better and better after each time.
Besok lagi bisa lebih bagus, besok lagi bisa lebih bagus.
Today, as he looks to build on the win in Vietnam, Rumbaka has started to map out the path needed to realise his potential.
Secara progresnya
When we talk about progress, I am definitely not happy with mine so far. There are some areas, if not all, that I have to get better. I have a lot to make up for. But honestly, I know I can make it, but somehow I can't. Personally, my aim for this year is to compete at the World Championships that will be held in Jakarta. I don't want to see where I finish, but rather see how my training up till then is paying off or not.
Hasil latihan saya seperti apa, hasil pasti menyusul.
The difference between success and defeat can often be slight. For Dionysus Hayam Rumbaka, glory at a major tournament may have eluded him so far, but judging by his determination, willingness to work, and talent, surely it's just a matter of time. Let's find out what's happening on the international circuit in our Badminton Unlimited calendar. Next week on Badminton Unlimited, we have a special show on Japan as we feature one of the most successful national sides last season. See you next week.